Hello, everyone. My name is Anina Malherbe-Lan back for Vivid Earth, my humanitarian initiative, if you will, and it's my wish to educate, support, and inspire the awakening community to higher realms. I hope my speaker is better today. I have put it very close to my mouth. You can see it in the corner of the video, so I hope that is much better. Let me know in the comments how it is. I've been struggling with my sound, several speakers, and then adapters that didn't fit my laptop, and etc. etc. But hopefully we will sort this out, and my voice will become heard again on that topic. I just heard from a couple of people that they keep being unsubscribed from my channel, which I don't know how that happens, but I can guess. YouTube is not our friend at this point in time. But hopefully that's all about to change soon, as there are rumors that Elon will be taking over this platform, which will be fantastic news because the platform still reaches a lot of people, and for that reason, that's the only reason I'm here. For that reason, it reaches a lot more people than Rumble. It's just the facts. And I find that also on YouTube, people are much more inclined to comment and participate. On Rumble, there are much fewer comments. So people just are, it's more user friendly on YouTube, and so we still have to use that platform. And if it is taken over by Elon, that will be fantastic news because then we can reach more people. We can spread the truth to more people. We can inspire more people. We can help this awakening community, support them, and share the truth. Truth is the highest frequency on this planet. So the more we can get the truth out, the more we will raise the frequency of the planet. That is as simple as it is. So if you haven't yet subscribed, or maybe you've been unsubscribed and you just fell upon this video, make sure please that you are subscribed, that you press the all button under the bell icon, so you get all the notifications. Not that I post that often. And then make sure also you are subscribed on Rumble. You can just pause this video, click on the link below, or if the link is not clickable, you can just search under Rumble Vivid Earth, one word, underscore 5D. And in case we do disappear, you can find us there. And then, of course, make sure on Telegram as well, where we post daily updates, multiple updates on what's happening in the world around us, the truth about our world, and inspiration for creating the new earth around us. And there are also occasionally films and documentaries and all sorts of interesting things on there, and we are a great community there. So make sure that you are subscribed on the Telegram channel. And thank you also to Francine in New York, who helps post. So for our US friends, the hours are always different, and she posts when we are asleep and vice versa. So there's always something going on Telegram. So make sure you join there. We don't always post everything as absolute truth, but to our best of our abilities, we post things that are, uh, in our opinion, truthful, as much as we have that information around us. But we don't endorse necessarily everyone's post that we share. It's just interesting point of views, because part of this awakening process is really keeping an open mind, okay, and not having just something in your mind as an absolute truth. Like, just keep an open mind, because we're in a time that is very fluid. And I believe when all this is said and done, when the Great Awakening is over, things are going to be revealed to us. People that we thought were working for the enemy will actually be revealed as infiltrators, and we will see them having worked for the light for a certain purpose for all this time. And it could be vice versa as well. There could be people in this truth movement who we thought were on the side of good, and it turns out it is actually the other way around, because the three-letter agencies are pulling all the tricks that they can to keep the cabal alive. And so anything goes and everything goes, and we shouldn't be surprised if things come out that are not as we thought they were. So keeping an open mind, keeping an open heart is how we're going to get through this. Okay. So don't keep anything in your mind as an absolute truth. Be prepared to change your mind. That is how we got here in the first place, right? We kept an open mind. We were exercising critical thinking, and we were in search of the truth. And even if it meant that some of the truths that we uncovered turned out not to be for the highest good of humanity, or not the highest truth, we were just open-minded for that fact, and we should continue to be like that, not think we know everything, we got this all sorted, because that is just how we're going to get into the same position we were before. So it's keeping an open mind. I think many surprises are going to be revealed in the coming weeks and months. October is most definitely going to be an interesting month. We are here on the 4th of October, and so many things have been revealed already just in 4 days. If you really think about it, started at the end of towards the end of September, and it's now picking up speed, and things are escalating. We look at the sort of war situation in the Middle East, which is escalating in a big way. A lot of lies and propaganda in the mainstream or fake stream media, as I like to call them. Um, and it's just, yeah, it's interesting to see where we are. An enemy has been made out of Iran, which really shouldn't be the case. And we know, unfortunately, the US has been declared many enemies over the years, which were in fact not enemies of the people. And even now, the mainstream media keeps spewing that Iran is 2 weeks away from nuclear, and they've been saying this for ages. So, let's not buy into the nonsense. Let's not buy into the fear porn. We can't know everything that is going on at the moment. There's a fog of war. So don't even try to think you have, or you have either have, or you can get all of the information, because some things will just be too close to the chest of these military benevolent military movement that have been heading this alliance around the world in pursuit of truth. So we cannot know everything. That is impossible at this stage, but we will know, when it all is said and done, when finally we have, created this peace on earth, which is very close. The truth will come out. And so just have an open mind, Um, what else, guys? Also from a planetary point of view, if you will, a cosmic point of view, we've just had a solar eclipse, an annular solar eclipse. That was a big one. Um, it felt like we shifted timelines in a way, and I believe we did. I mean, I can't corroborate this information, but things definitely feel different. Um, and we're seeing a lot of polarity at the moment. We're sort of seeing a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and anything in between. And we need to continue to create the higher timeline at this stage in history, because at the end of the day, we have that influence over what actually pans out. So whatever we believe will happen will most likely happen if enough of us are believing the same thing. So, keep a positive outlook towards the outcome of all of this, because, as I said before, victory has been assured, but we're seeing the battles playing out. So we had a huge solar annual eclipse, which was massive. We had an X-class solar flare, I think power of 7 or something, and that is also pretty huge. 10 is the highest X flare you can get, and then when you go beyond that, that's when all the radios are knocked out. So it's pretty intense. We had Hurricane Helene, which has been devastating, and I'll get into that. So the energies have been really intense. So I think a lot of people have been feeling a lot of emotions of anger, frustration, maybe sadness, and just, we can feel the old world slipping away. So there's kind of a undercurrent of sadness in a way as well, although a lot of us wanted to slip away, to be honest. But still, there's a lot of dynamics and a lot of layers to it. So a lot of mixed emotions and crazy energies. And then we've got the second moon as well, creating additional energies. So don't discount all of that. And yeah, I mean, the dark is really just using whatever they have left in their arsenal to create chaos and pull, the planet into a lower frequency, but they will not succeed. But at the same time, we have to be prepared for that. We have to be ready. We've got to hold the light. We've got to hold the line. And, just stay incredibly grounded and centered, because there's a lot going on, and it may just get a little worse before it gets better, as we know. Hurricane Helene has been absolutely devastating. I think we can pretty much confirm that this was not a natural event. And in fact, I think 60 years earlier, there was a Hurricane Helene in the very same spot. that it was this week, and I shared that on Telegram. So that is just like, really, seriously, that doesn't sound like a coincidence. And then also, I mean, this hurricane is much worse than Hurricane Katrina. Um, I think that was a category 3. This one is a category 4. It's much bigger. It's much more intense. Uh, Wind speeds are much higher. And and what's more is, you don't normally get these hurricanes that are high up, in the mountains. It's just very rare. And for people to be flooded and to have all this destruction, it doesn't add up. And just to confirm the suspicions we've seen this week, people are blocked from entering that area. In other words, they are blocked from helping people. There are so many people that want to help, and there's truck drivers bringing food supplies and anything you can think of that these people need, because a lot of them, their homes have been destroyed. They have nothing. They've literally got nothing but the clothes on their back. They don't have food, they don't have water, they don't have safe housing, they don't have anything. And people are being blocked from coming to help. Now, this is twofold. Firstly, we know FEMA is pretty much bankrupt. They've spent billions and trillions on, well, billions on illegal immigrants, getting them into the country, setting them up in hotels, giving them, checks, monthly checks, giving them cell phones, giving them food, anything and everything that they need. But there's nothing left for the American citizens who are suffering an incredibly devastating disaster. So that is really, obviously very shocking, and people are beginning to see just how corrupt the whole system is, because this is clear to see. So firstly, they don't have anything much to give these people, and I believe they've given them checks of $750 or something, and they're grabbing their land seriously, and they are just bulldozing the whole place, dead bodies or not. I mean, it's horrific. So it's come to light that this is pretty likely to be a land grab as well, because there's been lithium mining going on in the area, and we all know how this works. We saw it in Maui as well, in Hawaii. So when there's been devastation to this level and it's uninhabitable, the area, the government can literally come in and pay you what you paid for your property 5 years ago. And most of those people would take it, right? They would just take it. So they don't have to buy that land at the current price, and they can just grab the land and set up their lithium mine. And, this is their modus operandi, and it's so clear for anyone to see. And this is obviously for like electric car batteries. Never mind, these things won't be around in 5 or 10 years. There won't be electrical cars around, because electric cars are so bad for the environment. These lithium mines are horrendous. They are horrendous for the environment. And the amount of the carbon footprint to just create those batteries are worse than, anything you can imagine with diesel or petrol cars. So it's just a joke that it's still allowed to, proceed. But anyway, so who knows what the thinking is here. They should know that then the days are numbered, but they just, want to grab quick cash. And the other thing is with the FEMA efforts is that they appoint certain service providers to come in and help. And these contracts are worth a lot of money. And so it's not in their interest to get other people to help these people, because then they can't pay and put some money in the back pocket. There's payments under the table like you can't believe for all of these contracts. And so that means if there's already help, that their supplies won't be needed, and their under the counter payments won't happen. And so, this is horrendous, that you put profit over human life. It is just absolutely horrendous. But if there's nothing else coming out of this, nothing good else coming out of this, then it must be the fact that everyone now knows how corrupt the system is, how corrupt the government is. This whole false matrix that we're living in is not for the betterment of humanity. It's not in the best interest of humanity. And I think that is becoming abundantly clear now. These videos are going viral of people wanting to help, but being refused to help. And even some of these truck drivers, their trucks are getting confiscated, the goods are getting confiscated. It's just like unheard of. People wanting to use their private aircraft to drop supplies and not being allowed, and no fly zones, and for who knows what. But this is all coming out now, and maybe, unfortunately, this is maybe the push that this country or the humanity needs to really wake up, and realize what's going on, because some people, it's just been impossible to wake up and see the wood for the trees. And hopefully this will assist, with that process. um so yeah, it's a big wake up call. And at this stage, I think it's becoming abundantly clear to people that this is not red versus blue anymore, one party against the other, this faction against the other. It really is just good versus evil at this point. There's nothing else that separates these two factions but good and evil. So people really need to choose on which side they want to be, on which side of history do they want to be, because we're about to shift into a whole new era, and there will not be room for evil anymore, and people won't survive this. They won't be welcome on this planet anymore if they're not in support of humanity and the good of this planet and want to support humanity. There's just no room left for them, and their days are numbered, and we know that. And unfortunately, they will create chaos and destruction on their way out, which is unfortunate. But this is just par for the course. And yeah, I think we just have to keep in mind these are the last dying breaths of the cabal. We're likely to see a lot of action soon. I mean, Mr. T has dropped a lot of comms lately that this is literally the end. And you have that the song that was played at one of his rallies. What is it called? Latin name, Norma's, I forgot. But that classical piece from that movie that really signaled the end of the evil and the cabal. It's their end now. The enemies are being rounded up, dealt with. The whole Diddy case is just spinning out of control now, and it's like a hurricane, really, and it can't be stopped. And people are being named left, right, and center. There are thousands of victims coming forward. There's already 120 people plus that have filed lawsuits against Diddy. Hundreds of people prepared to come forward, victims. The youngest candidate is only 9 years old. Now, this is maybe not even recent. So imagine how old this child actually was when these horrendous acts went on. And we know that this is no secret. Maybe for some, it will be a huge shock. But for all of us that are awake, we know this has been going on under our noses for the longest time. And retribution is here. So just be patient, hang in there, because the whole house of cards will be coming down. There's links with Kamala Harris, obviously Beyonce and Jay-Z's being investigated. Many other people. Denzel Washington news have just come out of, about him, and we will see. This is really signaling the end of Hollywood. Hollywood will fall and never to rise again. This whole star culture of worshipping these stars that are actually really satanically evil and power hungry, it will be exposed exactly for what it is. And we know that Hollywood was pretty much created by the C three-letter agency. You know which one I'm referring to. And this is all coming out. We knew all of this would come to the surface, and this is it, guys. So we will see many more revelations coming to the surface. I mean, right now, Candace Owens is conducting a whole series of investigations in Kamala's heritage, and a lot of skeletons obviously coming out of the closet, and she's unearthing some pretty damning evidence. and she's not going to stop. She's like a dog with a bone. They just keep investigating. Family members are stepping forward and preparing to tell the truth. And whatever she said about her family history, most of it is false. And there's a lot of hidden things. I mean, it's purported that she may well be actually Jewish, and, you know, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying that as the potential then to place her in that sort of Zionist inner circle, which is the nefarious Khazarian mafia hiding behind Judaism to carry out a very nefarious plan on this planet, and have been for the past number of centuries. It has been going on for a very long time, since before the 10th century, but that's probably where we can go back to unearth the history of how the Khazarian mafia came about. So all of this is coming out, and there will be no suppressing the truth anymore. Obviously, it has to come out in stages, but pretty much the floodgates are open now, and nothing can stop what's coming at this point in time. As far as the financial position of really the world and the US goes, we haven't seen any public announcements. I didn't personally expect any public announcements of what was supposed to go down on the 1st and the 2nd of October. I think that will only be made public with an event. So either there will be, a stock market crash, or the banks will go down, or there will be some sort of big financial event that will rip through the whole world and devastate anyone that was still attached to this false matrix, or anyone that wasn't aware even of what was going on. So we won't see all of this going public, I believe, in my personal opinion, before the big event, the big financial breakdown of this, the whole system. And, all the, what is the analogy I want to use? The writing is on the wall, no matter how you look at it, no matter how far they're going to try and prop up, what's inevitable, it is inevitable. And we all know there are a lot at stake before the elections in the US next month. So we're going to see a lot of things going down this month. And it's, I don't think there's any question about that. And it's only going to escalate. So we have to really stay grounded and stay centered, and have our wits about us, and just support those that maybe are completely unsuspecting at this stage. It's going to get red hot. So, just continue to do what you do. Stand in your highest truth frequency, because that has a quantum effect on the entire planet. The more of us stand in our truth, and the more of us commit to our authentic self, the higher we're going to be able to raise the frequency on the planet. And that will just happen in a quantum way. So you won't really measure it, every single act and every single thought and every single piece of truth you speak, but it will reverberate around the world, and it will energetically lift the frequency of the planet. And as that happens, the dark can no longer hold space in that frequency, and so we will see it explode and dissipate and disappear slowly but surely. And so continue to hold your high frequency of truth. Be humble, be respectful, be compassionate, be kind, but stand in your truth, and don't compromise for anyone else's sake, whether it's for a family member. That doesn't mean you have to keep pushing the truth down their throats, because we know that doesn't really work, but it is just not pretending you're something you're not, and living according to truth, and speaking your truth. As I say, you don't have to shove it, but make it clear what your position is. Let's not hide the fact that we are awake, and that what the truth is around the world. Make it known. Show people that you are authentic, and that you are standing in your highest truth. Don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and we are the ones that are going to be, as they say, or as the Bible says, the meek shall inherit the earth. And I'm not a Bible pusher by any means, but that rings true in a very big way for me. and I'm sure for you as well. So keep shining your light, and you know, it's just one day we will wake up and it'll be a completely different place. And stay focused on the positive outcome. Don't get pulled into fear porn. Don't get pulled into devastating predictions about this or that, a pole shift or a war or that. That is just, I believe people are trying to perpetuate us because we create the future, right? So if too many of us are thinking that way, well, it's gonna happen that way, right? So don't get pulled into those negative thought patterns. Just refuse to give them any energy, and keep focusing on the outcome that you want to see on this planet. Um, you know, truth, light, love, peace, harmony, compassion, and that is what we will see around us. We create the future with every thought, with every word we speak, every action we take, and um, every positive emotion or otherwise. So be careful what you think, feel, say, or do. um, so that's it from me. Just a reminder, we have the 5D Mastery Community Zoom on Sunday. If you'd like to join, there's a small membership fee, which only really covers our web design costs because it costs money building the site, creating these plugins. Sometimes we have to pay for those plugins, the web designer to create them, the newsletters that the web designer has to send out. All of these things cost money. So it's been a labor of love of mine, but so it's not about the money, but it just helps me at least maintain the site and pay the web designer. But I'm just now inviting everyone on board to come on for a month free, so you can join. And if you can't afford it, just pop me a mail at live@vividearth.org, and that's cool. I'm happy to sponsor you. And if you can buy a membership, then do it. If not, it's also cool. And it's a wonderful opportunity to come together with like-minded people, to be inspired. We update on each other on what's going on in the world. We share inspiration. We do a meditation towards the end, and we just really create a high vibrational environment that sets the tone for our week ahead. Also tomorrow we've got Awake in the Cape, our first in-person event in Cape Town, gathering with like-minded people as workers of the light and warriors of light to manifest a good outcome for this whole spiritual war that we're finding ourselves in, and just to assist us with this great awakening process and the ascension of the planet. So it's going to be a beautiful event. We will do tomorrow's event at Amanda's home in Noordhoek, and we'll gather on the lawn, and we'll be doing a meditation. We'll be doing a light decree where we will, set our intentions. And it's going to be great. So I think we're pretty much fully subscribed. But if you really want to come, just go to vividearth.org. If you scroll down on my website, you will see where you can register. That's the only way you can really confirm your attendance for the event, because it's all automated. I don't want to have to check emails. I don't have a big team, so we want to make it as smooth and low on admin as possible. But yeah, we're already a really nice big group that are confirmed for tomorrow. So we look forward to meeting everyone. And then just make sure you subscribe on all the channels. All the links are below. So, and let me know where you guys are from in the comments, and, your thoughts and questions. And, if there's anything I can address in a future show, I will definitely do that. On Monday, I'm interviewing Simon Parks. So that's going to be exciting. Hopefully I'll get that up on Monday evening still. And lots of other exciting things to come. So stay tuned. I'm sending you all much love and light, and we've got this. So keep going. Thanks, everyone.